I'm even more excited about Alan Ritchson's upcoming action movies. Alan Ritchson is no longer just that guy from Blue Mountain State, or even just the hulking Jack Reacher of Amazon Prime Video. He's quickly becoming one of Hollywood's most compelling action stars, a leading man with brute strength, a sharp wit, and just enough vulnerability to make you root for him. And now, with a string of high-octane action films on the horizon, it's safe to say I'm more excited than ever to see where his career is headed. It's not just about seeing Ritchson punch bad guys through walls, though. Let's be honest, that's a big part of the fun. What makes his upcoming action movies so thrilling is how they reflect his evolution, from overlooked TV actor to bona fide movie star, and how he's redefining what it means to be an action hero in the modern age. Ritchson's rise. From TV muscle to movie star power, Ritchson's journey to action superstardom wasn't overnight. He's always had the physicality. His early roles as Aquaman in Smallville and Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State put his chiseled physique front and center. But for years, Hollywood wasn't quite sure what to do with him. Was he just comic relief? The handsome jock? The goofball with abs? It wasn't until Reacher dropped on Prime Video in 2022 that everything clicked. In Lee Child's books, Jack Reacher is a 6'5" mountain of a man with a brain as deadly as his fists. Tom Cruise, charismatic as he is, never quite fit the mold. Ritchson, however, was Reacher, physically imposing, stoic, yet emotionally complex. He brought gravity and grit to the role without losing that sharp, dry humor that's become his trademark. Reacher not only cemented Ritchson as a leading man, it proved that he could carry a franchise. Now Hollywood is taking notice, and the result is a slate of upcoming action films that look nothing short of explosive. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare showed us a new Ritchson. We got a taste of what Ritchson can do on the big screen in Guy Ritchie's 2024 film The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, where he played Anders Lassen, a Viking-like killer with a fondness for knives and violence. It was a bold, brutal role in a World War II setting, and Ritchson played it with wild-eyed ferocity and surprising charisma. Unlike Reacher, Lassen was a bit unhinged, a berserker in battle, and a loyal brother in arms off it. The role let Ritchson stretch beyond the calm, calculated hero archetype. He was unpredictable, primal, almost mythic. If Reacher showed us what Ritchson could do with restraint, Ministry proved he could also go full savage and still keep us rooting for him. And this wasn't a one-off. If anything, it was the beginning of Ritchson's movie domination. Upcoming projects that have me counting down the days. Ritchson isn't just dabbling in action movies, he's going all in. And his upcoming projects are stacked with potential. 1. Motor City. One of Ritchson's most buzzworthy upcoming films is Motor City, a gritty revenge thriller that's been stuck in development hell for years. Now resurrected with Ritchson in the lead, the movie follows a small-time criminal who's framed and sent to prison, only to return home seeking vengeance. It's a classic revenge setup, but with Ritchson at the center, Motor City has the potential to be more than just another action flick. He brings a grounded intensity to these kinds of roles, bruised but unbroken, angry but calculating. And with comparisons being drawn to John Wick and Drive, expectations are high. Could this be the franchise-launching, stylized action epic that Ritchson needs to cement his cinematic dominance? I think so, and I'm here for it. 2. Play Dirty with Mark Wahlberg. In another major move, Ritchson is set to star opposite Mark Wahlberg in Play Dirty, directed by Shane Black. Lethal Weapon, Iron Man 3. With a script based on the Parker novels by Donald E. Westlake, this film promises gritty underworld drama, double crosses, and lots of fists flying. Wahlberg might bring the name recognition, but Ritchson could easily steal the spotlight. He's tailor-made for a morally gray anti-hero role, a guy who breaks the law but never breaks his code. If Shane Black gives him the same kind of dry, sharp dialogue he gave Robert Downey Jr. in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, we could see a whole new side of Ritchson. What excites me most is the chemistry potential between Wahlberg and Ritchson. Two hard-nosed tough guys with very different energies could lead to fireworks. And if it works, Play Dirty could mark the beginning of another long-running action series. 3. Reacher Season 3 and beyond. Okay, technically this isn't a movie, but Reacher is just as cinematic as any theatrical release. and with Season 3 adapting Persuader, one of the darkest and most thrilling books in Lead Child series, Ritchson's return to the role is highly anticipated. Each season of Reacher is like its own standalone action film, complete with brutal hand-to-hand combat, mysterious conspiracies, and Ritchson's ice-cold delivery. But Season 3 promises a more personal story, one that dives deep into Reacher's past and forces him into morally murky territory. More than just fights and shootouts, this is where Ritchson can show emotional range. Persuader is about guilt, revenge, and the blurred line between justice and vengeance. It could be his most layered performance yet, and prove he's not just a physical powerhouse, but a serious actor too. Why Ritchson is the action star we deserve right now. In a cinematic world where many action heroes are either too slick fast and furious or too self-serious the gray man, Ritchson feels like a breath of fresh air. He's not trying to be cool, he just is. He brings back that 80s and 90s style of action hero that feels tactile, dangerous, and real. Think Schwarzenegger's size, Bruce Willis's dry wit, and Mel Gibson's unhinged energy. Ritchson channels all of them while still feeling like his own thing. He's not a wisecracking Marvel quip machine. He's not a brooding, cape-wearing vigilante. He's a modern-day brawler with brains and a surprising amount of heart. Plus, he's refreshingly honest about his journey. Ritchson has spoken openly about his struggles with body image, rejection in Hollywood, and even mental health. That kind of transparency is rare among action stars, and it makes him even more relatable. The future, franchise king in the making? There's a real sense that Ritchson is on the cusp of something big, bigger than just being Reacher or the muscle in ensemble films. With the right projects, he could easily become the next great action franchise anchor. Think Keanu Reeves with John Wick, Matt Damon with Bourne, or even Sylvester Stallone with Rambo. He's got the physical chops, the acting range, and now, finally, the industry backing him. If Motor City hits, or if Play Dirty takes off, Ritchson might soon be the go-to name for high-stakes, character-driven action films. And the best part? He's doing it on his own terms. He's not chasing superhero capes or trying to fit into existing universes. He's carving out his own lane, brutal, grounded, and unmistakably Ritchson. Final thoughts. Bring on the mayhem. Alan Ritchson's upcoming action films aren't just promising, they're proof that Hollywood is finally paying attention to one of its most underrated talents. From World War II knives to modern-day revenge plots, from lone wolf justice to noir-style anti-hero work, Ritchson is ready to do it all. And I'm ready to watch it. In an age of CGI-fueled spectacles and soulless reboots, Ritchson brings back a kind of action storytelling that feels raw, personal, and thrilling. He reminds us why we fell in love with action heroes in the first place, not because they had powers, but because they had grit, and heart, and the willingness to go through hell to make things right. So yes, call me a fan. Call me a Reacher diehard. Call me someone who's now rearranging their movie calendar around Motor City and Play Dirty. Because with Ritchson at the wheel, the action movie genre is about to get a whole lot more exciting.